Welcome back to the Aussie Shed, ladies and gentlemen, where the 20-ton press madness continues. Remember in the last episode, we set up the winch and cable system to enable us to easily adjust the height of the pressing table. In this episode, we're going to take care of the pins that hold the pressing table in position. We're just going to tidy those up and make them a little bit more functional. And we're also going to make a new handle for the cable winch, because the plastic piece of crap that it came with is just hideous. Alright, so let's have a bit of a look at this. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm just going to put a handle on one end. I don't feel they need anything on the back side, because the things, it's not like they're going to just go falling out. They've got the weight of the pressing table on them, hold them. But the main thing is being able to sort of slide them in quickly and have them stop at a point where they're not sort of too far through or not through far enough, which is always the issue. You just got to you tend to, once you slide these in, have to look from the side just to make sure that they're positioned evenly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a knob on the end very similar to this knob that I made up here for the release valve on the air over hydraulic jack. So just kind of duplicate as much as I can that knob there down on these table pins, just to give a sort of a symmetrical and even look about it, and sort of tie the whole thing together. And when I do the winch handle here, same deal. I'm going to kind of match it in with these other knobs, just with the knurling and all that sort of stuff, and a bit of recess in the end, just so it all just looks like the one thing, So the first thing I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to throw these on the mini lathe and just clean up one end and just pull it back about 20 mil. And put a little bit of a step in it with just a nice turned end, so I've got something nice to fit the knob onto on the end. So let's get this on the mini lathe, eh? there it is, folks. Done. So not exactly the same as the release knob on the hydraulic jack, but very similar. Unfortunately, due to the design difference, it's just not possible to have them exactly the same. Mainly, the main difference is the depth of this this recess that's carved in here. It's not as deep on these, and that's just because there's like a fair amount going into the knob. So that's how it goes there, folks. It just, you know, goes in over the top of that. 5mm socket head bolt going in through there. Just kind of do him up, you know, like so. Nip it up with an Allen key. You can see it sits nice and flush in there. And that's it, folks. How good's that? And because we need two of them, I did another one at the same time. So we have a full set. Very nice indeed. So let's go and throw them on the press, eh? There it is, folks. That's bloody simple. No more needing to friggin' second guess where they are anymore, you know. They just go in and that's it, you know. You know, you've got the optimum amount poking out through the back. There's no way they can sort of go in too far or fall out. I really don't believe they need anything on the back. Just, you know, how often do your press pins fall out? Particularly now that you can actually keep a really good eye on them with these knobs. Yeah, I think they're just absolutely fine. What do you reckon, folks? I think they look pretty good in the flesh. I don't know how they come over on the camera, but it all just kind of pulls it in together, makes it look like it's been designed as a one unit kind of thing. So, very happy with those. Now the next thing I've got to move on to is the cable winch handle. So as you can see, folks, it's just a piece of cheap plastic junk. I reckon it'd probably last a friggin' the first pressing session before the plastic would crack and it'd just fall to pieces. So I think I'm going to make a matching handle to match those other knobs out of something a little bit less the diameter, maybe 30mm, but with knurling and a bit of a recess in the end, just to try and keep the same theme running through the whole thing, so it looks like it's been designed, you know, all in the one go as the one kind of unit, you know. So to the mini lathe. So I just got a bit of 30mm 6061 aluminium just chucked up in the lathe, folks, that I'm going to make the handle for the cable winch out of. She's all ready to go. I'm ready to peel the skin off the outside and reveal the beautiful shiny aluminium that's hiding underneath. Alright, let's get into it. is, folks, the new winch handle. Didn't turn out too sort of bad. This recess here is sort of in keeping with all the other knobs and stuff on there. And I've just got a 10mm by 70mm long socket head stainless steel bolt to run through it to sort of hold it in position. You can see I've countersunk it in there. That was the last cut that I did on the lathe, was creating the countersink for the bolt. And yeah, she's ready to go on. So you can see that was the original cheap plastic knob there, complete with pre-burred flathead screw on the top, and just really feels absolutely terrible in the hand, and it's just a piece of junk, obviously. I made mine a bit shorter. It doesn't really need to stick out that far, and it is something that protrudes the furthest towards you on the press, and it just realistically doesn't need to be that long. It's more the girth, you know, like how it feels in your hand. Something really thin, really skinny, feels like crap. So anyway, folks, let's throw her on the press. Oh, the washer fell off. Where are we there? I'll just retrieve the washer. Alrighty. That's the one. Oh look, I've cut myself. I'm bleeding, folks. Oh my God. Call the wambulance. Jesus. Bloody getting blood all over me good parts. We got this stupid pet lorikeet, folks. I was just moving its cage before and it friggin' bit me through the bloody bars. Fucking useless thing. I thought it'd stop bleeding, but obviously not. Anyway, so that's it, folks. That's our knob. Looks pretty good. Once again, comparison with the original piece of junk. And we're looking pretty good. So the old press is shaping up really well, folks. It's certainly starting to look the part. Alright, well I guess we better leave it there. As always, folks, thanks for stopping by the Aussie Shed. Bloody pleasure to have you here. If you like the video, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you like my content. As always, folks, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.